Well, we love nothing more on the show than a good parking debate. That's where we're going next. Yep. Someone wrote to the Globe and Mail wanting to know, can you reserve street parking right in front of your house? So this person says, you don't think so? Okay, so this person says that they parked on a street where no parking permit is permitted, but a homeowner left a snarky note saying that the spot was their property and threatened to have that car towed that was parked in front of her house. Can you reserve that spot?
You can't, right? Like, I don't think this is... Listen, on my street, I don't know if anyone else has this kind of a street, they change every month, you have to switch sides.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of shenanigans you would get into. What I know is one friend of mine, what she does, and I think this is quite clever, is that, you know, like once or twice a week you have recycling garbage collection, she'll leave the recycling bin right in front of her house in the parking spot, and then so it looks like somebody else did it or the wind blew it, and it just happens to be there.
That's next level pettiness.
I'm not saying
You know what?
should
It's so
do that,
funny.
but it's very smart.
It's smart, and I'm going to do that because
petty.
I actually put my garbage recycling compost on my property, and then if someone who's really annoying actually parks there and pulls up and doesn't know that that is like collection morning, they won't pick up my stuff because it's a robotic arm. Have you seen them? It's a robotic arm, and it has to be able to go around the car.
Well, there you go. Get up early and put
and then they just skip it, and then I'm like, who owns this car? Are you going to do my compost? Because they leave it, and I get really ticked off, so I'm going to leave it on the street.
There you
I
go.
may live in Mississauga, but I am the mayor of Pettyville, Tennessee. And yes, this is my home. If your car's in front of my home, and if you are getting in the way, and I know my husband's watching, so babe, you know how I am. If your car is in the way of me being able to reverse park, we're gonna have a situation. I may not write a snarky note, but we're gonna have a situation.
Oh, yeah. So that's a hard
I'm
get
that
for you.
person.
Yeah, you're that person.
The parking wars are real because of people who are from Pettyville, Tennessee.
Join us.
I also get upset with the way people in my neighborhood park. Like, if there's a 3-car like amount of space and 2 people take up that whole amount of space, that's what you're getting into. That's a boo. But I have not left a nasty note.
I wouldn't leave a nasty note, but
There
I
are
will.
consequences to leaving a nasty note.
wouldn't
You know
do
what
that.
they are. Like, this is what happened in my neighborhood when someone left someone else a nasty note. And my neighborhood is all permit parking. So it's...
You can't even be on the street without one?
That's right.
Okay.
In the night, overnight, right? So you all know that if it's permit parking, you're dealing with people you live with. You have to encounter them at some point or another. So one neighbor left another neighbor overnight a nasty note. The neighbor who received the nasty note did not appreciate it, so called the city and narked out the neighbor who wrote the nasty note for the extension that they built on their house not being up to code. You just...
That is so dirty.
If you're gonna leave a nasty note, you make sure that your extensions and your renovations are all tip-top. Because if they are not...
That is so dirty.
It is dirty, but these are parking wars. You started this, my God.
Wow.
Yes.
The only thing I've seen, this was in another neighborhood of a friend of mine, but there was always a family that would always park a car in the same spot in front of my friend's house. And that wasn't a problem, except that it was when the younger son would have the vehicle and always park there. He would also insist at like 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning to stay there, sit there with the music jacked.
You see?
So loud. And it was always him, and they lived across the street. Like, there's no getting around. And then what do you say? Are you going to start to pick that fight?
Everyone who's watching right now who lives in like a rural area is like, this is why we didn't stay in the city. Like, look at who's laughing now.
This is why I need to move in the city, because
right?
that kind of stuff would set me off.
Yeah.
Hey there! Wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.